Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 3 Part 102. In the previous video we kicked off Chapter 4, Radiant Heimdall, and we're getting ready for midterms. We're helping the students prepare. We talked to pretty much everybody around campus except for our study events. We did a little side quest with helping the Modern Music Club get back together, get the band back again. And also I had a little mini, very confused when I tried to load this game. And as you see, our latest save is the one at the end of Chapter 3 because I had forgotten that the game crashed at the end of the last video and I hadn't saved yet, which I guess we should save while I'm thinking about it. And I was like, what the hell? Didn't I start Chapter 4? I have all these memories of Chapter 4. Did I not do it? Did I forget to save? And I was like, oh yeah, the game crashed. But thankfully the autosave was right after we finished the quest like I thought it would be. So I think we just can go and do our study events now, right? I'm pretty sure we've gone everywhere. Was there anybody in the pool? I feel like this area, yeah, there was nobody here. We went to the keep. We've been to the cafeteria. That's where Sydney was. Why did Tess have to exist? You say anything now that Gustav's gone? Sounds like there's a specific alcohol Randy's searching for. Wait, so I can't find the particular one I've been looking for. I'm sure I'll turn him somewhere eventually. Wouldn't mind helping him, but I should focus on midterms for now. Oh, come on, Randy, give me a side quest. I wonder if he's looking for more of that special alcohol he had with Lloyd at the end of Azure? Since they used it all? Or it could be something completely different. But alright, I guess we'll do our study events. Just want to make absolutely positive that... Yeah, because we talked to you, Frankie, and then there's still our main story stuff, talking to Aurelia and the professor. There's probably some people in the hangar to talk to, but we'll just do that later. Alright, what's up, Altina? We'll start with you because you're right here, and you're alphabetical. Oh, Altina and Louise, are you guys studying together? Yes, we're reviewing music for the art class exam. It seems there'll be a listening portion of the test. Oh, that's the easy part. We're studying for it outside so we don't bother anyone. I see. Art is quite a difficult subject. Factual questions are fine, but I can't handle subjective ones. I actually have a harder time remembering all the dates and names of the factual questions. Let's help each other out, Allie. Yes, please. It's true that questions that require opinions or emotion are difficult for Altina. Maybe I can help her and Luis with her studying. I don't know a whole lot about music myself, same. But maybe there's something I can do to help you study. Really? Yes, please. All I know about music is that the piano is a Pog instrument. So, both of you are worried about the listening part of the exam. Oh my, yes, it's mostly that we have no idea what sort of questions we'll have to answer for it. We've listened to a bunch of different kinds of pieces. I don't have any trouble naming the chords, tempos, or names of the pieces, but in class we've been asked for our impressions of songs. And when that happens, I'm completely lost, so I've been asking Luis what her impressions of the song. Okay, I thought it was just like identification. But, I mean, really, that seems pretty easy, because it's, you know, for subjective stuff like that, as long as you phrase your reasoning in like a coherent manner, you know, it can't really be wrong. I'm completely lost, so I've been asking Luis what her impressions of the songs are. I don't think that's really the spirit of the question. I do feel a bit guilty about it. But wait, I'm sure the principal have already predicted this. Meaning? In other words, there's a good chance she's written questions that memorization will not help you answer. Because of that, I think it would be best for you to sharpen your creative sensibilities, Altina. Oh, I see. How do I do that? I don't know. Well, listening to a bunch of different pieces and coming up with impressions is a good start. But you can't just get Luis's answers. You need to think about how they make you feel, Altina. I'll join you, so maybe if we keep at it, it'll help you in the exam. I suppose it's worth a try. That's our instructorine for you. The three of them listen to many songs and discuss each of their impressions. Bond with Altina has oh, it's so close. Thank you for the help, I learned quite a bit. All I can do now is try my best. It feels like Allie's expression softened up a little. We should be ready for the test now. Okay. So we would do, let's do Ash next. Oh, you're chesting it up. Ash, Stark, don't you need to study? What do you think, we're just doing this for fun? We're actually using chess pieces to review military science. Oh, I see. Reviewing military science, both of them scored high in that class. That being said, maybe I'll join them since I have the chance. This reminds me when I was in school. Would it be alright if I join you? Sure, that'd be great. Sounds like a good way to kill time, at least. If you have any questions, I'm all ears. In that case, can you analyze the field exercise question? Let's see, using the topic is using a mid-sized troop to support in siege, and how to move them efficiently. Okay then, let's start the lecture. You're really getting into this, Instructor Irene. Don't try to make this into another class. I can't help it, so please bear with me. Here's the real question. What would Drykos do? Let's look at this for our main troops hit the enemy's main troops. It's a siege battle, so we need to hit the enemy from behind. You can have your support troop either deploy right behind the enemy or have them take a long detour to hit them from afar. From those two options, which would you choose? What? What's the question? So, we're doing, the topic is using a mid-sized troop to support in siege and how to move them efficiently. Well, efficiently, you probably wouldn't want to take a long detour, would be my guess. From those two options, which one would you choose? I get them from behind, obviously. The longer you take, the more likely you are to get caught. That is true. What do you think, Stark? Let's see. I think both answers are wrong. Damn it, I didn't even notice. Wouldn't make sense for the support troop to engage for the main troops, dude. There we are, now you got it. Dirty ass trick question. I think the support troops should make their move while the main troops are engaged. And once they are, the support troops attack from right behind the enemy. Yes, precisely. Having your support troop take a long detour is a waste of time if the main forces are already engaged. So yeah, that should be all for the question. I hope that was helpful. It really was helpful. That was a great lesson. Alright, bring on the next question. I'll get it right this time. Alright, here's another. Ring came up with a few more questions. After they answered, he would analyze their choices. Actually, the answer is Pop's unification and pray. The life of a soldier sure is profound. As the branch campus's resident logistics officer, I need to study harder. Like I said, it might not be a bad idea to start playing chess. Oh, Atlanta's on my ass because of my grades and combat tactics took a little dive. Maybe I get the Vander to teach me my chess. That'll help me with my tactics, yeah? I mean, maybe. Depends on what type of tactics, I think. We got Kurt, Yuna, and Muse. Let's do Kurt. Where are you, Kurt? Looks like you two are renewing political ethics. Indeed, unlike other subjects, this one encourages current events. So we thought we could study by reviewing said events. Fortunately, all these new terms are rather confusing. I just spent the whole time asking Kurt questions. Sorry for keeping you from your own studying. Not at all. Explaining these concepts to you is an excellent method of review for me. So please, don't worry yourself. You really are a great guy. Kurt seems to be doing fine, but I might still be able to help out here. Should I help these two study? Is that alright if I join you guys? I'd like to try out a quick economics quiz on YouTube. I see. Sounds interesting. Sure, alright. Alright, let's start with you, Kurt. What is it called when the market as a whole is down but one stock is high? I believe that's isolated gain. Good job, that's correct. Your turn, Wayne. What is it called when the market rises and falls drastically in a short time period? Violent waves? Almost there, but not quite. The term is violent fluctuations, correct? Exactly. I see. Next question, either of you can answer this. What is the term for financial gain generated through ownership of an asset? Did that question stump even you, Kurt? I've narrowed it down to two candidates. Do you happen to know what the answer is, Wayne? I'm not completely sure, but a term did pop into my head. Is it capital gain? Capital gain is generated by selling assets to stock for more than you bought them for. Mixing these two up is a pretty common mistake. In that case, it's income gain, perhaps. Exactly. That was a tough one, but you got it. Wait, income gain is value generated from ownership of an asset? Okay. Even so, good job, Kurt. We're both from Heimdall, but you're so much better at this than me. Oh, you're from the capital too, Wayne? Yes, though technically there was a short dip when I installed elsewhere. But anyway, I'm thankful Kurt's here. I pale in comparison to you, whether it's studies or practical skills, but someday I'll definitely catch up to you. No, you won't. I will continue to hone my skills as well. They've got quite the spirited relationship. After a few more quiz questions are given out to help Kurt and Wayne study. At the very least, I want to be above average. Not to be too greedy, but I want to be in top 50. Since we don't have club activities, I intend to devote all my time to studying. I didn't expect both campuses to administer the same tests. In any case, thank you for quizzing us. It served as a good refresher. I'll give it my all, just as I always have. Good to hear it. I'm rooting for you, Kurt. Yuna's up next. Where are you? You're on the first floor. Guess we can just walk. Oh, we should, I wonder if I can read that thing about water filtration from the previous video, since it's been a day. I can't remember. It was like, well, you put the towel down, then it was like charcoal, sand, and pebbles. I think that was the order. But we can revisit that real quick, since I guess we're going to do the midterm right after we finish this section. So it'll be in this video, most likely. The game crashed. The game crashed. I don't know what's wrong with it all of a sudden. It's like, I mean, it's not, I don't know. Because isn't this like the third crash in like 3 videos? Well, I'm trying to remember. Didn't it crash twice yesterday? I think it crashed twice in the last video, and then it's crashed once now. It's so weird. And it was like it's been like different crashes each time. Like that one was like one where it gives me a display driver error, which also fucks with OBS. But then the other time it crashed at the end of the last video, it was just the game, and it didn't mess with OBS, so the recording kept going. Why is all this Empire stuff so tricky? I feel like my head's about to explode. Seems like they're cramming for their history exams. They look pretty focused. Maybe I can help them out a bit. Hey, Yuna, Lenora, sounds like you two might be having some trouble. Instructor Reen? Well, you're kind of at the root of all our problems right now. I guess that's one way to put it. As a way of apologizing, how about I help you study? For real? Oh man, that'd be great. So the answer to this one is Prince Strikles, and this one is also Prince Strikles. Oh, question number 3. Believe it or not, Prince Strikles. And question 4, this is actually, it's Lake Lacrima, of all things. This part we covered in class just recently. The War of the Lions began in 947. Can you name the 3 events that directly led to it? I don't know, some dude died? Let's see. The War of the Lions is a battle over succession. So the first is the death of Emperor Valius V. Yeah, that's exactly right. The next is the assassination of Prince Manfred, right? He was supposed to be emperor? But isn't it just those 2 things? Well, to be fair, the third reason's a little tricky. It's also the most direct cause of the war. All the remaining princes trying to claim the throne at once. Oh yeah, that's right! I get it. The first one to try and seize the throne was the 4th prince, Orthros. Then, 2 years after the war began, that Prince Drykos raised an army to put an end to it. When you explain it in steps like that, it's much easier to understand. Yeah, there's a lot to remember, but I feel like it's better organized in my head now. Glad to help. No matter how the question is actually written, as long as you understand the sequence of events, you should be able to answer. I hate to admit it, but he's kind of reliable. Why don't you just appreciate him for what he is? I hope I was able to help you guys even a little. Oh, and while I'm here, let me go over different battlefields with you. After that, Reen continued to explain various points of the War of the Lions in a simple and accessible way. And then that was when I got into Prince Drykos got into Valimar. I don't like to think that I'm like the prince or nothing. So there aren't any like books I have to find. Was it just the one with the charcoal thing? Where was it again? It was like right here. There's nothing else marked on our map, but there was like a bunch of them in CS1 apparently that I missed. Or it was like 2 that I missed. And I found like a bunch of them too. So it's charcoal, sand, and pebbles, which is what I think I said. This is something they teach actual soldiers on the front lines. I'm surprised I remembered. Ironically, I think saying that acronym of CSP actually kind of stuck in my head a little bit. Let's round it out with the Muster. Use a be normal for one scene 2022 challenge, difficulty level literally impossible. I'm sure that if you help us, we can make even more progress. Muse never changes. They both get good grades, so I wish I already read this. Well, it won't distract you. If it won't distract you, I can help. Or you read the beginning part? Then it's decided. Thank you. Judging from your notes, you probably don't even need my help. But Tatiana, you may have made a few careless mistakes. Sorry. It wasn't criticizing you. We're both still having some trouble with one of the more recent concepts. The variables that affect trajectory. Yeah, you're on your fucking own there. Rotation and air resistance cause trajectories to deviate. Instructor Michael is already teaching that, huh? Yes, we're having a hard time grasping it, especially the precision effect. Will you be able to teach us about it? Reen just used sword. Reen no worry about trajectory. Reen trajectory hit with sword. That's actually hard for me too. When a rotating object, in this case a bullet, hits with an external force such as air resistance, its trajectory will deviate. A bullet rotating to the right will sway right, and a bullet rotating to the left will sway left. At the very least, just remember that. To be honest, that's the extent of my knowledge on the subject. I see. That's still helpful. It's hard for me to answer questions outside of my specialty. It might be better to ask Instructor Michael. Does that mean you're abandoning us? Yup. Would you be able to help us a little more? I feel like you're really good at breaking things down to make them easier to learn. Well, when you put it that way, I can't refuse. He even looks cute when he's struggling. Shut up. After that, Reen taught the two physics using the knowledge he'd gained through experience. My memorizing all these formulas is so tiresome. It's times like these when I could really do with indulging in a nice guilty pleasure. I agree, but there haven't been any good ones published lately. Oh, I just can't wait until Miss Dorothy's next book. Neither can I. Is that really an appropriate topic for the middle of a study session? You know, as long as they're talking amongst themselves and not me, that's fine. Like, you can be horny all you want, just don't be horny near me. It may surprise you, but I'm not actually that anti-horniness. What's up, Aurelia? Oh, she's got glasses too? Is that allowed? There we are. Oh, Principal Le Guin, you wear glasses? A little surprising. Well, actually, for some reason my vision is unusually keen. I see everything in excruciating detail, from up close to a great distance away. Oh yeah, we get it. Oh, I'm Aurelia. I'm fucking amazing at literally everything. Haha. Sometimes I find myself getting annoyed by specks of dust floating in the air. So to combat this issue, I commissioned these glasses to suppress my vision. It's the most obnoxious sentence I've ever read in my damn life. That's somehow not surprising at all. All it's have to do for the exams tomorrow is to leave them to the students. Is there something you'd like to ask me? About Ouroboros, perhaps? Yeah, so you know. What are your thoughts about the reports of the Jaegers and Ouroboros have pulled out of Erebonia? I'd certainly recommend taking it with a grain of salt. The Ions, the Black Workshop. There are far too many unseen forces at work here. Yeah, I agree. Regarding the Maiden, we've reached an answer of sorts, for better or worse. Huh? She definitely called upon our full power in fighting the two of us. What if there was something more to her, something beyond the power of a human? If she's out of the picture for good, then that's fine. Otherwise, you need to be ready for her, and by we, I mean all of you. Understood, I'll definitely keep that in mind. What? Sans Cape? The Althon woman from the main campus seems quite talented. We worked together to create the art portions of the midterms. Ah, Instructor Mary. I remember thinking the same when I was a student in her classes. I remember she had some issues with her family. Wonder how that turned out. You mean the talks of an arranged marriage? She mentioned it, but it seems she has feelings for one of her co-workers now. She seemed so earnest, I couldn't help but give her advice on the matter. Must be Instructor Makarov. Thinking back, there did be something between those two. I don't want to imagine the advice the principal gave, though. I eagerly wait seeing our Flogians go through the test tomorrow, and try and help them out when you still can. We can't fall behind the main campus. Yeah, that's the plan. So what have our hints been thus far? Have the support units engage after main troops. Hit from behind. What was Kurt's thing? Income gain? There wasn't really one for Muses, other than just that sway makes things go in the direction they're already going. Or spin. You know, a rightward spin would make it go right and stuff, which seems, you know, kind of obvious. The War of the Lines one was pretty straightforward. Who else had one? And Altina's was just that memorization won't help you. And there's really just that one book. I mean, nothing else marked on the map, so... And that one was marked. But honestly, I'm not really gonna notice sparkles. Especially because, like, I run around, like, you know, in double fast forward most of the time. Or, you know, running plus fast forward. We went to the student store, right? Yeah, because Becky was in there with, not Becky. Exams, huh? Boy, am I glad I'm not a student anymore. If you want, I could try and help you study, but just be warned, oral science is the only thing I'm good at, so buyer beware. And the jury's kind of out on that one, too. I tried borrowing one of Shut up. Tita's books and got busy trying to read it. Oh, let's talk of horniness, man. Mint, weren't you second year at the main campus until like 6 months ago? Maybe. I swear.
Alrighty, let's begin.
I got no comment, man. I'm not very smart when it comes to, well, anything as a normal science. Pretty sure I've forgotten everything I learned as a first year. What about second year? I had 2 years of school? Exam. Seems everyone is under quite a lot of stress. You as well, Rain. It appears you've been pulled in a number of different directions. Well, let's begin an instructor for you. I hear that you were quite awful at your exams, as a student, Rain. Seems like everyone's under a lot of stress. Maybe he did better in his second year, when I wasn't there to sabotage him. I mean, I got all the questions right, except for the one that was literally rigged, where the answer was wrong. Where is Tita, by the way? Are these the remains of the white ion? I was able to get a decent sample. The sample's better than the ones from Southern and Crossbell. It's taking some time for me to analyze it. That's so. I mean, its abilities are intense. Spatial annihilation, moving the railway cannons. Safe to say it's the culmination of the Society's Gordius series. As I heard its development stalled out 2 years ago, but we may need to revise our understanding. In any event, your Taichi has been repaired. Check it to make sure. How the hell did they repair it? I guess they still had the chunk of it. Because it like snapped, it didn't shatter. Also, wouldn't the sword of pure anime friendship be better than any earthly material? Check it to make sure it's as sharp as you remember. Okay, thank you, Professor. To be honest, I thought it was going to be the end of me. I was somehow able to endure with that mana blade thing. There was probably some mana feedback that went through the Divine Knight, but it's not reliable. Don't expect it to happen again. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, thank you very much. Can't believe it's already this late, huh? The scholar's kind of strange. I need to prep for the exam before I head back today. Once I know everything I need to do, I'll head back to the faculty lounge. So, like... Alright. Is it time to address the elephant in the room regarding Valimar? Which is that... He kind of like... No offense, Valley. You kind of suck. Like, your main thing you had going for you, realistically, was the blade of pure Zemurian ore or whatever. But even that shit got broken like it was a cheap toothpick. Because, like, what can you do, Valimar, that, like, this thing can't do? Like, let's be honest. Like, you're not as good as, like, I don't know, man. I feel like there is this kind of weird thing with Valimar where he doesn't actually feel that special compared to, like, all the other Panzer Soldats, which are shown to really be, like, basically just as strong as him. Like, he doesn't do anything special. He can teleport, and that's kind of it. But the plot also never lets him teleport. Like, he can't, you know, use it in combat or anything cool like that. I don't know. I feel like the Divine Knights are a little... like, not all they're cracked up to be. It's kind of like my issue with, like, why I don't like all the mech fights where, like, everyone's kind of presented as being, like, just as strong as Reen. Like, I feel like mech fight should be Reen's thing at this point. Like, that should be his one specialty. So, like, examples like... this is kind of in relation to, like, the Aurelia video went up a few days ago where you fight her and her Divine Knight. Where, like, her Divine Knight is, you know, presented as being, like, just as strong as Valimar, basically. Or technically significantly stronger. Like, if you go by gameplay metrics. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like it is weird that, like, one of what should be Reen's main strength as, like, a character, which is mech stuff, he's, like, not even the best at that. Just weird. I don't know. Because, like, I mean, I totally get Aurelia being, like, way stronger than him in, like, normal combat because she's, like, old and shit. And she has, like, you know, almost double his experience. I think she's, like, only supposed to be, like, in her early 30s, but, you know. What the character ages, like, their exact, you know, stated ages kind of matter less than the way they're presented, and she's presented as being, you know, extremely experienced, right? Much more so than Reen, so her being, like, super strong is, like, understandable. But I still feel like Reen should have something going for him, which is, like, the mech stuff, because he's the only person, like, that's actually fought another Divine Knight, like, in the modern era. You know, there's other people with Divine Knights, but they've, so far, we have not seen them actually fight other Divine Knights, and, you know, you had all that training stuff, and, like, what CS2 felt like all the build-up to Reen becoming a competent pilot, and then in this game, you know, Randy is as strong as him at Panzer Soldat stuff, despite Randy having no real experience in Panzer Soldats. I have to do some last minute oh yeah, we have to go back to the faculty lounge. It's just weird, and it just kind of, it feels like it's a lingering continuation of how the game is really scared to let the main character, like, be cool. Or at least, you know, even if they do get to be cool, we have to be constantly reminded that the NPCs are cooler than you. I feel like there is some progress on that front in this game. Like, Reen has had to be cool a few times. Hello, Major Michael. Like, you know, the 1v1 with Aryan Road is really cool, for example. And I'm glad they did that. Both from just, you know, the plot perspective of it, and also they did a good job with making that fight and the fight with the Stall Ritter, like the two Aryan Road fights in this game, feel suitably different enough from the Azure fight. Because that was kind of one little minor concern I had, where it was, you know, it's a bit of a rehash, right? You're just fighting a character you've already fought before in the series, but they did do a good job of making it different by having it be like a 1v1 fight, even though I don't really like the 1v1 fights combat-wise or like gameplay-wise. And by having the fight with Aryan Road proper, where you're also fighting the Stall Ritter at the same time. Reen looked over the exams for tomorrow and saw the students off campus. After one final check to make sure everything was locked up, he prepared to head back to the dorm. Looks like it's only sprinkling, but still, I'm glad I brought this umbrella. All the students are gone now, so maybe I'll...
Oh no! I didn't think it was raining this hard.
Well, not my problem. Toa!
Oh, Reen! Was it your turn to lock up today? Thanks for taking care of things.
I mean, you might want to, you know, use the umbrella. There you go. No problem. Here, do you need an umbrella? We can share mine.
It's okay. It's not raining that hard.
Either way, share the umbrella or I hand it over to you, whichever you'd prefer.
That's not fair. You're not giving me much of a choice. Fine. You win. We'll share the umbrella. Just don't get your shoulder wet from trying to give me more cover, okay?
No worries. After all, you're so tired.
My, I wonder what you were about to say.
Rain shins are about to be attacked. You used to be so much more straightforward and innocent. You're giving me impossible choices like this. You've grown up in a bad way. Sorry. And knowing you, you gave your umbrella to a student in need, and then lied about having a spare so they wouldn't feel guilty. Were you watching? No, I just knew you wouldn't forget to bring an umbrella, and it started raining so suddenly it's an easy situation to imagine. Geez, you're banned for making weirdly accurate guesses like that too. Rain, you're still only 20, you could stand to be a little more innocent. Even though we're colleagues, don't forget I'm still a year older than you. I got it. But I think going through all that changed me a bit. What is that face? Huh? Nothing. Sorry, let's head back. Or you need to stop by somewhere first. No, I'm fine going straight home. So the political economics exam is with Vice Principal Heinrich from the main campus. Fuck that guy. Oh, the Imperial Transportation Act. It's not called the Imperial Transportation Act. Yes, his expertise was a big help in making the exam. You're in charge of history and combat. I can't actually remember what it was, because basically the gist was on the test it was called something different than what it actually was called prior to that. Yeah, I worked with Instructor Beatrix and one of the new instructors at the main campus. Seemed like they were just as maniacally busy as we are. I suppose it's no wonder after Principal Van Dyke and Instructor Thomas both left. And Instructor Makarov and Instructor Mary are still there, giving it their all. This really brings me back. 2 years ago, Instructor Sarah and Instructor Nighthawk were there giving exams too. Seems like just yesterday. Feels like all the recent government policies are really putting a focus on the military. I wonder why. Nevertheless, it's reassuring to know our old instructors are still at it, doing everything they can. That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work hard to catch up to them all. By the way, Angie and George are both back in Erevonia now. Ixnay on the Angie. Oh yeah, that's right. Are they both in war right now? I believe so. They both must be busy. I can't get in touch with either of them. Thinking about those two makes you a little jealous. It's clear how much they mean to each other. Well, sure, but... George isn't really Angelica's, type, right? And again, considering the way they look dancing at the bonfire to the school festival. Well, they've known each other for a long time, so maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But still, I can't help but feel like their relationship is a little different from just two friends. Their difference in social classes might be a problem to some, but if something did happen between them, I'd be the first to congratulate them. I think Crow would have felt the same way. Yeah. He'd probably congratulate them and tease them relentlessly. Yeah, and then he might try and blow them up with a giant cannon. He would do that. I mean, you know you don't need to worry about your family or that masked person on your own, right? If you ever need to talk, you've got not only the old Class 7 Instructor Sarah, but the members of the new Class 7 as well. And of course, I'm always willing to lend you an ear too. Toa? Do you happen to know about my father? Yeah, a little bit. I didn't hear it from Class 7 or Sarah or anything like that, but judging by Major Claire's behavior, I can make a guess. I see. Oh? Looks like it cleared up.
Wow.
You can see the stars shining so clearly
Yeah,
now.
maybe the clouds all got blown away? Thanks for helping me out. Reminds me of when we went shopping together as students.
Wow, that feels like ages ago now. How didn't you help me figure out what to do for the school festival?
And then I showed you the video of our concert from the year before.
And then we completely copied you and pretended it was our thing.
Oh, wait. Let's just forget about that.
Well, I thought I would be able to forget the sight of you in that outfit.
Rain, you're such a meanie.
But jokes aside, can we talk some more sometime? I'd like to tell you some things. Things like my father, about what happened at the Infernal Castle, about what happened after you graduated. I want you to know the whole story from start to finish.
Of course. I'd love that.
So I know I've mentioned this like several times, but like I know Elisa is supposed to be, you know, the quote-unquote like most canon of the love interests. Toa still feels like by far the one that makes the most sense. Like, I feel like Toa is actually the closest to having a story relationship. The next day saw the start of the 4-day-long exams for both Thor's main campus and its branch, which is why I just wish they... I mean, honestly, they committed to, like, Toa. I think it could have been done really well. Like, instead of, you know... I mean, I'm not going to get into it again, because, I mean, I get into it enough, but, like... Instead of the approach, the shotgun approach to romance they went with, I think if they had focused on one character, Toa seems like an excellent option, just based on like what in-game story events there are. Which prince declared himself the next emperor following the assassination of Crown Prince Manfred? Oh, we learned this from Chapter Rings a few days ago. That's Orthros? This is the right answer for sure. Oh shit. Oh god, physics! Well, the highlighted part wasn't actually the hint, so that's a little worrying. Because it highlighted the idea that it was just they all started attacking or trying to claim the throne at the same time. Which of the following statements about the effect of gyroscopic spin on bullets is true? It's just as Instructor Ring taught us. When a bullet spinning clockwise skews right. Well, clockwise, it's turning to the left, so it would go... No, it's turning to the right, so it would go right. I know how clocks work. Easy. And there was charcoal sand pebbles. Using the most efficient way of moving a squad during a siege battle. This is like the practice tours I had us do. What a riot. While engaging attack from behind. Yay. Obviously it's this one. Political economic. Okay, so this one was something gain, financial gain, income gain. I think it was income gain is what they said. That or they might actually have the question be about the capital gain. So this is capital gain. What's the term for profit generated via stocks and bonds? Instructor Bloom went over this just yesterday. So yeah, that's there's a trick question. Because the actual answer to the question they gave you at the time would not be right here. It's the wrong answer to that question is the right answer here. Well, that was easy. That one's kind of a neat question because it is just, you know, having the wrong answer to the practice question be the right answer here is kind of cool. Now, I don't know how this is going to play out. This part of the exam will be a listening test. Give a name to the song based on what you hear. Instructor Reen said this part is interesting. Give this song a name. I have no fucking clue. I mean, it says it's something that memorization wouldn't help. So do we just pick something that we think corresponds to Altina? Or is there an actual answer here? Because honestly, I mean, so based on like, it's kind of a sad song. So if I were to give this a name, I kind of think Broken Wings is what comes to my... Because it's kind of sad. It's not really ominous. So I don't feel like Grand Fear or Lurking Shadow work. Look to the Sky sounds kind of optimistic. So I'm gonna go Broken Wings. I have absolutely no idea. Whatever. That's the dumbest question ever. How the fuck do I get a subjective question wrong? Like, if I was gonna give that song a name, I would say Broken Wings. God, this game's so bad. They literally tell you it's a subjective question, and then you put the answer, and they're like, ah, it's wrong. In a disaster, ensuring a source of clean water is imperative. Which of these is the lowest order to create a water filter? Left is the lowest layer. You know this from instructor. Wait. Which of these is the correct order to create a water filter? So it would be the opposite. So we would look for something that said pebbles on the left, because it was charcoal, sand, pebbles. I'm not feeling all that confident. I should be able to narrow down the answers. I can't afford to get this wrong. What a pain in the ass. Well, wait, lowest layer. So yeah, okay, it's all cloth at the first, because you put the cloth down, then the pebbles, then the sand, then the charcoal at the top. But that's not an option. Did it phrase it differently? Because I thought it said you put the cloth, then charcoal, sand, and pebbles. Oh yeah, charcoal, sand, and pebbles in that order. So charcoal would be first, and then pebbles at the top. Which kind of makes sense. So it would be this one, right? Alright, I got this one for sure. A little surprised I remember that. Well, pretty sure that's right. Thank you, Instructor Reen. Haha, got it. So, I mean, it's just Altina's gonna fail. Everyone else should get all their questions right. I'm a little mad. If that was, like, actually wrong, like, how are you supposed to give this song a name? Because, I mean, I thought about Lurking Shadow or something, because, like, if we were picking a name for a song that's, like, corresponds to Altina, maybe? You know, and she's like a spy or something. Like, maybe that, I don't know. That didn't really, like, the question doesn't make any sense. While some students felt uneasy at the thought of their scores, most reveled in the sense of freedom that only came after exams are over. And by the principal's decree, a special class is held that afternoon to allow the students to relax and celebrate the end of their exams.
Not a bad view.
What? Is that Lloyd off? Off there to the left? I think that's supposed to be, I guess it's like Stark, but it kind of looks like Lloyd.
Don't forget, we are still in the middle of class.
Instructor Reen, please help me work on my swimming form. Muse?
Hey! Why are you trying to drag him into the changing room?
40 Arch. This time for sure.
What a nice little pool party.
Agreed. Everyone sure is lively.
I'm sure they need to unwind after how hard they all worked.
However, if we're calling this a class, there should be some semblance of structure to it.
Where is Major Michael? Is that supposed to be Major? Oh, maybe that's Major Michael back. I thought that was Wayne standing next to Aurelia, but I guess that's Major Michael.
Perhaps a competition. One we can only hold here.
Oh no.
I've some ice-cold drinks available for any parched throats out there.
I mean, they did reuse the swimming minigame earlier for that one side quest. Maybe it's coming back. The festive post-exam mood in the air, Reen and Class 7 deepened their bonds with the other classes. Eventually, Aurelia arranged for a competition between Reen, Randy, and Michael. As the competition reached its fiercest point, the special class came to an end. I mean, that's a nice piece of art. I like it. Pick a name for this song. Oh no, your name's wrong. You motherfucker. Unless it was like, I was actually supposed to recognize the song that was playing. But like, I didn't. And I mean, I know there have been songs that are named in the series prior to this, but it was none of those names fit. I'm like, I'm really... Like, it's so dumb. Unless it really is that like anything you put there is right, but I mean the dialogue option made it seem like I got it wrong. But it really should be like whatever you put is right. However, you seem to have enjoyed yourself. We saw an incredible matchup, so I'd say it was a successful lesson. No coasters? Alright, someone's getting their ass beat by the principal. How'd I end up here too? Geez, we're in the same class. At least try and pretend you like to hang out with us sometimes. Tita, Yuna, this cheesecake you two made is simply divine. It goes well with Mr. Celestine's iced coffee, too. Agreed, it's incredible. I dare say you could open up a shop. Oh, you think? It really isn't that hard to make. It's cool and light, perfect for the hot summer weather. Tomorrow's a free day, but then next weekend we've got field exercises. I heard Panzer Soldat training's on Wednesday. Seems like they usually tell us when the field day exercises are on Soldat training day. Well, if we're shipping out next weekend, it's going to be a real short notice this time. Maybe the exam screwed with the schedule. That's right, we need more time to prepare. Perhaps they're making things more difficult for us since we've gotten used to the pace. Still, only 2 days to prepare is a bit too difficult. Well, I suppose we've no choice but to wait until Wednesday to find out. And it'll also be the day we find out our exam results. Don't remind me, I made so many mistakes. Yuna! I got your question right! I'm actually looking forward to seeing the rankings. The exams are over and done with, no sense fretting over them now. Well, look at you, Mr. Honor Student, of course you wouldn't be worried. Aren't you just as confident about your results, Ash? I'm just gonna go full throttle tomorrow so I don't think about my score. Oh wait, we gotta keep training too, huh? Yeah, so it'll depend on the professor. But I would definitely like to participate. I need to keep my senses honed. Agreed, the Naval Fortress proved very effective for that. It makes it even more regrettable that we were unable to join the instructor's team. Well, I know we're nowhere near their level, but... Kurt, you could have replaced Gaius, probably. Like, on a gameplay level, Kurt is fucking cracked. Everyone else, I don't think I would replace anyone with anyone from old Class 7 with new Class 7, other than Kurt. Everyone. Alright, speaking of the keep. There was something I wanted to ask all of you in Class 7. Phew, great job everyone. Their answers are written so well I can tell they really understood everything. I don't want to start sounding like Instructor Thomas, but as an instructor, seeing this couldn't make me happier. Yup, every single answer was Instructor Dreichel's, or Prince Dreichel's. Tomorrow's a free day, we've got a briefing at 3 p.m. We need to address the short amount of prep time we're being given. It would make sense the location was... No, don't jump to conclusions. You think it might be in Heimdall? For some reason, I feel like it might be in Heimdall. Wow, this is really good. Yuna and Tita really outdid themselves with this no-bake cheesecake, they called it. It's 8:30 and I made some good progress with my grading. Maybe I should go out and cool off for a bit. Thor's armband. I mean, yep, that's an armband. Doesn't really jive with the rest of your outfit. You grading tests, Major Irving? Yes, but I'm almost done. What about you, Schwarzer? I just hit a good stopping point. Would you like me to go brew you some coffee? I appreciate it, but it wouldn't be good if it spilled on the tests. Once I'm done, I'll make some myself. I see. Major Irving takes his work very seriously, I guess. Hey, it's kind of weird we have the exact same test. Shut up, Instructor Schwarzer. It seems the branch campus is doing well. I'm looking forward to the results. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, we would have beat the main campus, but Altina got one question wrong, therefore we lost. They're gonna do that. Oh, does someone want to donate their cards to me? How do I go down the stairs? Please be closer. I can't maintain this, oh god, Muse. I am going to enjoy this. If we have our first loss to Muse, though, I will be crushed. It's been a while since I've gotten that much of a workout. Your swimming was impressive, Muse. I suppose growing up near the sea helps. I was no match for you or Yuna, but you know. What is it? I've been thinking about the Academy-issued swimsuit. It's not quite revealing enough, wouldn't you say? Show it off a little bit more. I bet Instructor Reem wouldn't be able to take his eyes off me. You really are something else. So you're saying right here, you know. Oh my, I didn't see you there, Instructor Reem. You didn't happen to overhear me, did you? But while we're on the subject, you're the type of man who's in a string bikinis, am I right? I don't know what you're talking about, and you definitely knew I was there. I understand, it's hard to be honest with yourself. By the way, Instructor Reem, would you like to play Vantage Matches with me sometime? I want to take a break now that we're done with exams. Oh, that's right, you play too. You and Ash are both pretty good at it, right? In that case, be gentle with me, please. Oh, now you're stealing the words right out of my mouth. Shut the fucking... Throw down the cards, damn it! What did we get from our last duel? Well, we got this thing? So it's ranged, but it gets extra damage on the front row. Meh. Send it. Oh god, she's a fellow night enjoyer. Okay, get out. I'm fine with the other two. Okay, it's slightly more playable. Okay, so we'll have 4 mana, so we could summon this and then one of you. We can save our blaze for later. Granted, honestly, I think I'm gonna double play you in blaze, just because our mermaid lady will probably just die. And these I kind of want to die. I don't want to forfeit. Okay, so our knight is about to be more jacked than God himself. You just forfeited any sort of momentum advantage you had, girly. And we maybe should have... Well, we can blaze you. It's technically more efficient. And you have mana, or HP. So you... Well, actually, you might get one shot. Yeah, you will definitely get killed. Or not. I mean, may as well skill if we're not going to attack directly. Oh, no. I keep thinking they're a 3-1, but they're a 1-3. Okay, so we'll win next turn, most likely. So you made it to the 4th round. That's better than many people have done. So you get props there. Water's good against fire, right? Okay. We can't kill you. You're lucky. You're damn lucky. You made it to turn 5. Impressive. I didn't want to put you in the front row. Interesting. An interesting play. Some might say, girly, what is you doing?
Oh, well, aren't you good?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't make fun of someone right after they got destroyed. I'm willing to put on any kind of swimsuit just for you. Can you put on a freaking burqa? And also a muzzle? So you never can talk again? The Academy issued swimsuit was a bikini. I can't imagine that'd be productive of performance. Honestly, like, okay, I would actually prefer the swimsuit to be that and then not have to hear about it. Like, if the Academy issued swimsuit was just a bikini and they didn't make a big deal out of it, honestly, that would be preferable to me than the characters being like, ooh, skimpy bikini. Well, too bad we'd have to wear the normal ones. So this is where you were. You know, just looking over some documents. I thought that maybe I could bring my reference books from Heimdall and keep them here. Your home's in Heimdall, huh? Come to think of it, I'm not sure you've ever told me about your life outside of school. Wow, maybe you're right. Truth be told, I don't really talk about myself much. Where do I even start? When my parents passed away when I was really young. Ever since my aunt and uncle have taken care of me. I had no idea. Sorry, I didn't mean to get all morbid. I don't have any deprived childhood or anything. My aunt and uncle were truly kind to me. My grandpa, too. And since my parents were both scholars, they left me with a lot of books. Each one I read helped me feel a little more connected to them. In that sense, you could say I was truly blessed. Toa? So your grandfather and your parents are all scholars? I guess being sharp as attack runs in the family, huh? Oh, please, I'm not really all that bright. Anyway, the exams are finally over, so get some relaxing in, Reen. Right back at you. I mean, we do have that pool on campus. You might want to go for a swim, take a break from all that work. You're a meanie, Reen. I'll promise to take a nice break once I'm done with all this, really. So just go and relax a little too, okay? Sure thing. Phew, it's finally over. Looks like you're pretty tired. I'm tired from the pool, but more tiring was the last several days I spent at my desk studying. Hope my sniping skills haven't deteriorated. Don't worry, you should be fine, Maya. Tomorrow's your free day, so it might not be a bad idea to rest. That's true. Maybe you're right, I shouldn't be worrying about this eventually, just like before. You know, I'm gonna eat a ton of good food and refresh my mind. Yeah, get him. Alright, real talk, do you think that's the exact same thing Reen has on his wall? Okay, well, I'm photocopying it in my head. Okay, I have to check. I have a feeling that's the exact same poster that Reen has. I can't check it because I can't go into his room without progressing the story. Alright, you win, game. You win. I'm gonna revisit. I'm gonna look at the video later and then I'll know. You can't hide from me, Reenie. That's a sign we should probably end the video. Anytime you start the maniacal laughter, that's probably means it's time to call it. I see, I see. That's right. Is that a letter from back home? Yeah, it was sent from Ulster this morning. It says the neighborhood cat gave birth and the old man down the lane hurt his back. Stuff like that, nothing too serious. Peace is nice for a change. Yeah, that's true. There was something interesting that was sent with the letter. That's so. I can't talk about it just yet. I might tell you about it soon, so look forward to it. Got it. I was at a total loss back when the Civil War happened. I didn't know what to do. But I'm happy to see that Ulster's so peaceful these days. It'd be nice if I could go back sometime. So are you like Oliver's spy or something? Is that your thing? You're pretty sus. I'm guessing that's your thing. Alright, I think we should stop because this recording's at 50 minutes and I think we did like 10 minutes for the game when the game crashed, so we're at like an hour or so. We'll finish talking to everybody next time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. and bye, guys.